Sandringham Central Dental Care. Dr. Akbar and Dr. Frank will provide you with the best dental care in Auckland at very affordable prices. Sandringham Central Dental Care, 532 Sandringham Road, Sandringham. Phone 09 815 7205.
No matter how you relate to your car, it is important to care for it in specific ways that will maintain its reliability, preserve its drivability, and protect its retail value. Moon Motors and Tyre Centre, 81 Huia Street, Otahu, Auckland. Phone 09 270 3434.
Mohammed Sultan Yusuf was born in 1958 and brought up in Singapore. His parents were originally from South India. After completing his studies and a mandatory national service military in 1980 in Singapore, Sultan Yusuf joined the Singapore Civil Service Foreign Service Branch in 1981. His career in the Foreign Service extended over 22 years and involved administrative, political, economic, protocol and consular duties at various Singaporean diplomatic missions around the world, including 7 years in Saudi Arabia.
Alhamdulillah, it's a dream for us actually, but I was working with the Singapore government for almost 23.5 years, but my family and I, especially my wife and I, were missing something. We were missing because by that time of our 23 years of married life, we had 2 kids, and we need them to have grounding in our culture, in our Islamic culture. At the same time, we also need to have family time together. We miss that. In our life in Singapore, as you will appreciate, it's a fast-paced life.
Sultan Yusuf also served at the Singapore High Commission in New Zealand from 1991 to 1994 and is very familiar with local business customs and cultural practices.
As an ordinary person working in the government sector or non-government sector, life is pretty much on the fast lane in Singapore. You hardly have time to spend time with the family. When I say spend time, I meant quality time. Yes. So therefore, one day, my wife and I sat down and we made a mashura, a discussion, and we decided that perhaps it will be best for us to root in a place where we can enjoy quality time. At the same time, we can also bring our family, our children, in an environment where they are protected, and at the same time we are able to bring them up in an Islamic cultural way, keeping in mind retaining our Indian culture as well. Alhamdulillah, I had good fortune as I was working with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Singapore. I had the good fortune of a posting in New Zealand. I was here with my family way back in 1991, and in fact my second daughter was born here in 1991, and we left New Zealand in 1994 back to Singapore. But before leaving, we didn't know that we left our hearts behind here. Then it took us several more years to realize that we should come back to New Zealand.
In 2001, Sultan Yusuf and his family migrated to New Zealand.
We, with the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, came here, settled ourselves, and by that time my daughters were all grown up. My elder girl was in the 3rd form, and my younger girl was almost ready to go to the primary school level.
With the experience gained from his overseas postings, Sultan Yusuf's new position as the Chief Executive of the Federation of the Islamic Association of New Zealand, FIANZ, fitted in well with his interests.
Thank Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I managed to secure a responsible job with the Federation of Islamic Association. I took it very seriously as how I did my job back in Singapore. I discharged my job in here with dedication, and alhamdulillah, I have now achieved what I wanted to achieve.
As a community organisation, FIANZ plays an important and valuable role in building better understanding between the Muslim community and the various ethnic and religious communities in New Zealand to live harmoniously and cohesively for a better life for all.
I'm very fortunate to have worked in the Singapore sector, government sector. It's one of the best working places, I would say. With all the skills, training, I'm able to give it to FIANZ or share it with FIANZ. Yes, diplomatic training was there. A little bit of political training was there. A lot of economic training was there too, and a lot of protocol training was there too. Of course, it goes without saying, a lot of administrative training was there too. So all this combined, it became very important for the Federation to take the Federation into a new way, a better way, to a better start. So we have given a new kind of a life for the Federation, and alhamdulillah, we have been making progress, and inshallah we hope we will be achieving more progress for the community of Muslim community of New Zealand. And by that, I also wish that our Muslim community will be able to integrate well with the mainstream New Zealand community.
Since taking over the leadership at the FIANZ Secretariat, Sultan Yusuf has been largely instrumental in introducing automated halal certification application processes for halal certification for the New Zealand meat industry, exporting halal meat products all over the world. In essence, Sultan Yusuf has generally enhanced and professionalised the FIANZ office operation.
We are now about perhaps 36,000, maybe 40,000 Muslim New Zealanders living in New Zealand. We are a small community compared to other nations. Like, for example, even if you take Singapore, the Muslim community there is rather large. We will have about 400,000 Muslims there. Now, doing domestic marketing is not very difficult. The Federation is well structured. We have the Ulama Board, the religious advisory body, which guides the Federation with respect to religious issues, and that includes halal issues as well. And we have experts, the food technological experts, who also advise us, the Federation. Now, we have a halal committee which overlooks the halal issues in New Zealand. Because New Zealand is also a meat export country, the Federation is playing a pivotal role in halal certification service. Alhamdulillah, the Federation is recognized worldwide. We are today widely known to more than 45 countries in the world, in every continent: America, Asia, Europe, Africa, Middle East. They know FIANZ and they have recognized FIANZ certificate. Our certification standards are very high. We maintain the halal integrity as pivotal to us, and we believe it is important that our local market should also have the same standard. So we have the committee looking into local issues. We also certify local outlets, eateries, butchers, and for halal availability of halal food and halal meat for our Muslim consumers. The Federation is a well-structured body in New Zealand. It is well recognized by the national government, by the government of the day, and it is also well recognized by other government agencies, by non-governmental organizations, by other communities as well. So having this reputation, we believe we have the necessary resources to take the Muslim community into the future. We safeguard the Islamic identity for our community here in New Zealand. At the same time, we also allow our community or mold our community in such a way that we are able to integrate well with the mainstream New Zealand community. Seen in that perspective, the Stakeholders Forum, we saw an opportunity for us to engage with the government agencies and the non-governmental organizations. We took the opportunity and we invited the Muslim leadership and the religious leadership right across New Zealand to come to Wellington and to attend the first forum at the Parliament, and I believe it was a grand success, and we hope that we will build on this success and have more future forums on different themes. For this first forum, we selected family, the importance of the family as a theme, strong families. So inshallah, in future forums, we will select different themes, like for example, the business and employment opportunities for the Muslim community, education, and things like that.
Acknowledge and thank the Federation of Islamic Associations for all the work you've done to build better understanding between the Muslim communities of New Zealand and our other communities.
The government of New Zealand, the people of New Zealand are very open to the Muslim community.
Pretty much receptive.
Yes. With that, it is our responsibility as Muslim community leaders to ensure that our Muslim community are also receptive and responds in a reciprocal manner with open arms and integrate ourselves with the mainstream community and live with happiness and harmoniously as New Zealanders.
What sort of integration you're talking about?
We want to create a Kiwi Muslim identity. We want to see ourselves as Kiwi Muslims.
How that Kiwi Muslim would be different to the normal,
We want every Muslim New Zealanders to feel for New Zealand. While they retain their Islamic identity, they must feel proud that New Zealand is their home.
So do you feel that it is lacking in the community now?
Well, at the moment, I wouldn't say it is lacking in the community, but it is our duty as a community leaders to ensure that our community is moving in that direction. So whatever assistance or way we can find forward, we, the community leadership, should find and help the community to move forward. Let them feel as Islamic community, but New Zealand Islamic community, Kiwi New Zealand Muslim community.
Sandringham Central Dental Care. Dr. Akbar and Dr. Frank will provide you with the best dental care in Auckland at very affordable prices. Sandringham Central Dental Care, 532 Sandringham Road, Sandringham. Phone 09 815 7205.
No matter how you relate to your car, it is important to care for it in specific ways that will maintain its reliability, preserve its drivability, and protect its retail value. Moon Motors and Tyre Centre, 81 Huia Street, Otahu, Auckland. Phone 09 270 3434.